Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Wherever you are at, put it in the chat, whatever state, city, some of them may be country, because we have had Saskatchewan, Canada, that's been in there. So listen, we were running a little bit late. There was some technical difficulty. Please understand, Tonya Burns was here on time. I was not on CPT time. Okay. So we had a little bit of technical difficulty, but thank you everyone for staying with us and being patient. But I need y'all to do me a favor. Click like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Click like, share, and subscribe. And we do take donations at uh, Cash App, $810 News Media Group. We got a banner for that too. So Mickey, can you put that banner while we start now? Because we're able to bring this.
I've been had to come across the bottom.
Okay, across the bottom. It's my little hot pink one ain't up there.
I gotta go back and find.
Okay, because you may not have got that. Do I need to resend that?
No, I got you.
Okay, so listen, we are able to bring this to you, which is independent. The podcasts are, and the views are the views of Tonya Burns and not of anybody else. It's been a long week. I'm happy to be here today. Last weekend was not good. It was not good. It was not good. So did you find it yet? Make me send it back to you.
I'll get into it.
So we're able to bring these to you by just donations. So hit that Cash App, $810 News Media Group. If you can donate $5, whatever you can do, we are appreciative of it. And let me thank you in advance for helping to keep podcasts like these up and going so that we can talk about the things which are important to everyone. Mickey.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you this morning?
Oh,
y'all can't hear Mickey. Mickey probably got his mic
my
on.
Mic turned on.
Oh, is it on?
Yeah, my mic on.
How you doing, Mickey?
Oh, I can't complain.
Yeah, Mickey over here stressed. Y'all can't see him. Mickey's just a little bit stressed. I'm like, oh, we good. And if you're looking at the products that are in front of me, these are just for hair oil products. It's a natural product. And it's some interesting, because it is in front of me, I'm going to mention it. It is just oil, quality hair and body care. And so these were some of the samples that on the morning bump, your host Winters Hall was discussing and talking about. It's a natural shampoo that they have. There's a custard conditioner, and this is a hair moisturizer. So just for hair, just oil, quality hair and body care, which natural product. So a lot of people are going natural now, especially for Black hair care. People know we now are more informed and educated by the products that we use, what we put on our bodies and in our bodies. So click like and share. I need to do the same. Mickey gonna still be looking for that. And Mickey, I'm gonna send it back to you because that way you don't have to search all the way for it. Because I will, yeah. I can get to it probably a little bit quicker than you. So I want to send thank you to everyone who wished me to get well, because listen, y'all, I needed it. Your girl was out. It was not pretty. It was not pretty. Yeah, I am thankful that I am feeling better. Because the struggle was real. Mickey, you should have it back in there now. The struggle was real. So anybody get that? God, it was a bacterial virus that ended me up in the hospital, and it's no joke. No joke at all. No joke. So I don't wish that on anybody. Not even the people I don't care for. And also for those who are creeping, because we know that some of those in the echo chamber, I need y'all to click like, share, subscribe, and donate also to 810 News Media Group, Cash App, $810 News Media Group. So make it where everybody at in the, and I need to be sharing. I haven't shared. So listen, we're not going to be on here 10 to 12 or 10 to 9 p.m. today, because I got some business that I'm working on. I had a lot of stuff that I'm working on. So we got what, Mississippi in here.
You got Mesquite, Texas.
We got Mesquite, Texas.
You got 7th Ward.
7th Ward. We got Myrtle. Oh, look, I need to be in Myrtle Beach. Look, your girl is pale. Listen, I may have to give up my black card in a minute because my skin is pale. I need some sun. Bloomfield, Connecticut. Where? Let me see. Listen, we got Flint that's in there. Let me roll down. Hey, Jade. Hey, Alana, Kathleen King, Sherry Allen, Marsha Tober, Jazzy Melody, Tasha Lynn, Melissa Zaremski, Linda Flowers, Sarah Pereno. If I had to mess up your name, don't y'all. Kaz Z114, Renee Jackson, Michael Conyers, Tallahassee, Tennessee, Hanife I'm just gonna call her Queen because I'm gonna mess up that last name. Renee Jackson, Brianna's Busted Being Shots. Okay. Around Taya, I want to tell you, you are a passionate person. Sometimes people may not get the way you think, the way you move. I sent you a text message, our inbox. I want to tell you, thank you for your tenacity, your perseverance, because she contacted Jedediah, and I did have a conversation with him, and it was good with his team, actually. And because her passion for Flint, because she cares so much. And I wasn't responding as quick because y'all, look, your girl was down. I think I slept on the couch for 5 days. I needed to be, I threw up. It was like violent. And then I bruised like my ribs from throwing up so much. So Taya, your perseverance and your tenacity, you don't stop. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for that. Brenda, Shane, Donovan, and let's see, look, I'm glad to be Nicola Patterson, Landis Miller, did I say Donovan? Cameron, good morning. Look, I'm feeling the love this morning. Sandra Martin. I mean, y'all, I was out. I was out. And I'm still on Pedialyte. My electrolytes are still off. And I don't drink pop. I'm not like a pop drinker. I don't eat cakes and cookies. I don't have sweets. Missy Richburg. There goes the donate sign, y'all. So if you're, Mickey, to put it ain't up there yet. Okay. So I can't see everybody who's on there now because Mickey is lining up some other stuff. But I'm going to tell you, for those who said a prayer for me, thank you for that. Because, and be careful, y'all, be careful who you talk to, use hand sanitizer. I think it's almost time to start back wearing our masks. Look, if anybody went to that NFL draft, which put that sign up, can you put that one up? Memphis, Tennessee, not that one. Because y'all know that's how my month has been. NFL, and that one didn't show up either. Listen, I had swore I was not going to be here all day because Mickey got something to do, and I do too. But man, I just want to say for the NFL draft, Detroit, people showed 275,000 plus people showed up. People showed up. See, we know we're going to say Michigan loves some football. Why? We support them Lions. For how many years all them losses? Too many. Decades. 91. Decades. No, wasn't the 50s or 60s or something? They won the system. Yeah. So look how Detroit showed out. And people came from everywhere in Michigan to support the NFL draft. Now, NFL draft, y'all know y'all need to be having that every year in the D because look how they showed up. See, when people care about something, they show up. Now, I need everybody to show up like that at Flint City Council because we need y'all's support or continue because there's been some new faces that have been there. And the new faces, the people are speaking out. When they thought no one else could speak anymore, Candace was shutting that down. Got a whole nother lineup. I think public speaking was 2.5 hours? Mm-hmm. It was long. It was long. So from wherever you are at, I want to tell you thank you. Good morning, Elijah, Livy me as a Livy. Because if I'm messing up your name, I apologize. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I couldn't pronounce my own daughter's name for 2 years because her name was her name not was her name is Anamisi, and so I could not spell it. And I didn't name her. Her dad named her. He was working in the anesthesia department at Hurley then, and I did not name that child. He could have named her whatever because I was tired and I had some very good drugs in the hospital when I gave birth to her. Um, Good morning from Tega K. Tega K. I never heard of Tega K, South Carolina. Okay. Oh, she said it's like Olivia. Okay, Olivia. It's like Olivia. Thank you for sharing that. Listen, thank you for breaking that down for me. So from wherever you are at, Miss Someone said, good morning, Jessica. Good morning, La Mama. Miss C. Richburg, Miss J. Richburg. Miss J. Richburg. Hello. Good morning. I was up at 4 o'clock and she was sharing stuff. Why was you up? that's that's usually like the people who can't sleep, insomniacs. She's like, shared Flint Caskets. Good morning. Good morning, Renetta the Goddess. Grand Rising. I like that. So we done gotten, we done got fancy now. Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Look, when you get up and you wake up, you blessed. So Cynthia Morgan Jarrett, Miss Jarrett, Mrs. Jarrett, please tell Papa Jarrett I said good morning. Good morning to both of y'all, and thank y'all for watching. So listen, Sheena Becton. Okay, what is that? Tega K. We are a suburb of North Carolina, Tega K.
Of Charlotte.
Of Charlotte. I'll be in Charlotte. I just got off with my mom, and my family tried to, the 10-year-old there was having, my great niece is going to the Smoky Mountains. And so my family has got this cabin where they think they do this all the time. They go a few times. So they're going to all be in this one big cabin that sleeps 20-something people. It's got a pool in it and a big game room. I'm like, y'all know after 2 o'clock, that's not going to work out so well. Oh, about 1 o'clock, 1:30. Yeah, but that's the thing. I won't be able to make it. I'm going to try to make it for 2 days. They're spending 5 days together. That's a lot. And so some people are opting to, the other family members are opting to stay in other cabins. But for a 10-year-old, when I was 10, we did not go to the Smoky Mountains and have a cabin and sleep in there and had a pool, an indoor pool and all of that. Now, these kids be wanting too much now. They be wanting too much. I be asking my kids for gifts. They be like, ma'am, we have mortgages now. I'm like, no, when y'all was asking for that PlayStation, that Xbox, and back then it was the Walkmans and the Zoomy things and all of that. My kids wanted also, they skied and they snowboard. And I'm like, no, like, what do you want, Mom? I want this. I send my Christmas list to them every time it's a holiday. So, all right, I'm going to get started. Mickey. Mm-hmm. To everybody, if I didn't say your name, Brittany, Renee, Reverend Dr. Khalif, William, look, they got all. If I did not say your name, I am sending love and good morning, good morning, good morning. And thank you for giving me your time. So we got to. It ain't up yet. No, listen, y'all. One of my favorite shows on Netflix is The Upshaws. So in The Upshaws, you know who you got on there: Mike Epps, Kim Field, and why can't I think of her name? Wanda Sykes. Mm-hmm. I love The Upshaws. So on The Upshaws, there's a picture, and I actually have the Mickey can put it up. This is how I feel like my past 30 days have been, 35 days. Play that video. And I got a glass just like that. Just keep cycling that back, Mickey. Just keep playing it. Y'all, this past 30 days has been a lot. This year, that's this year. This year makes me feel like just take the bottle of wine and pour it in the glass, because that's how things have been. Things have been crazy. Things have been crazy. I want to send a shout out to everybody who showed up at City Council, because people are showing up. and we need you to show up. I want to say thank you to the sign maker who wants to remain anonymous at this point, because they work together to get, she worked with people to show we are working together collectively. Um, I want to say thank you. I did say thank you to Tanya Austin for reaching out to Jedediah, who is an activist. You know, we it's going to take the community to save the community. And I have always said that, and I truly, truly believe in that. But what I want to do next is go into, I don't know, that wine, change the coffee out for wine and just fill it up. So some of my stuff Mickey did not get. So Mickey, I'm gonna have to resend some of this stuff.
This one I got for you. That was up on there. I didn't even put that
Oh,
on.
yeah, there you go. There goes the signs.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I put it up. The infamous signs, which are now getting, they want 2 council people to be removed on the Ethics and Accountability Board, and which says, until you do right by Flint, everything you touch will crumble. We have not had a lot of our elected officials do right by Flint. Those signs have got some people mad. And there was like, what, maybe 5 or 6 different ones, different signs that they had. And the one, they want to remove 2 people who have been outspoken, which you still have a First Amendment right. The signs weren't vulgar, but you had ethics board members say that they wanted to have those, they want to have those members removed. So here's the thing for me. Um, the ethics board is very difficult. The ombudsperson is not sworn in, not sworn in. And whoever made thank you, the First Amendment. So let's leave that up, Mickey. So the ethics board put a motion on the floor to remove Mr. William Harris. Put a motion on the floor, and I have to watch it in its entirety, to remove Billy Dantzler and Carol McIntosh for holding signs. Is, I believe that's what he had stated. And they're stating that they felt that they were compromised, or the integrity, that they couldn't remain biased, non-biased. But here's where they get a slippery slope. They're still a resident. Nothing takes away your First Amendment right. And this is where the council has led people to believe that you can't do that. It's wrong. It's wrong. You can't take away people's right to peacefully assemble. So the First Amendment, which states, can you blow to me because you know I can't see it. The First Amendment states very clearly, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peacefully to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. You have the right to peacefully assemble. You have the right to freedom of speech. So when we have people who treat it like it's a dictatorship, then you don't understand that somebody fought for this. And if we start trying to let everyone dictate that we are supposed to think like them, do what they say, then we no longer have a democracy. Freedom of speech is protected, just like the Second Amendment is protected. You know, our U.S. Constitution, and it should be protected. So I don't know where the signs, no, they didn't appreciate the signs were set by Eva. And it wasn't profanity, it wasn't vulgar. But they have a right to peacefully assemble. But here's the other thing. And those council chambers, Lord knows, I don't know why Eva would be upset. And if y'all don't cuss, I'm sorry, but these are not my words. Eva called me a bitch. Aunt Liddell called me a bitch. Candace called me a hood rat. I mean, those ladies have got some potty mouths. They have got some potty mouths. And Eva's called me a narcissistic asshole and then told many, many lies. So they were upset about the signs. I mean, but y'all words when you got hot mics. I mean, Candace had a hot mic and told Jerry, and look, if your kids is watching, look, these are not my words, but I'm using their words because they put them out there. And her hot mic caught saying, Jerry, what, shut the fuck up, or who the fuck you, whatever it was. Then she telling her, what's up, what's up, what's up? Where do we do this at? So freedom of speech needs to be protected. And on page, and did it come through on the charter part?
Hold on.
and it's in
I
red.
had this up right. Hold on. Let me get
So when they put the motion on the floor, William did. It's
yeah, I'm
some
talking about this. Is
no.
wrong way, wrong way.
I'll send it back. It may be so when we start skirting the charter, state law and everything else, we end up with garbage like, what happened. It did not come through to you. That one did not. It did. I don't know why. So the charter on page 1415 states clearly the process. And the process is not what they were following. The process is very clear on how it should be done. It's on my page though. So let me go to my page. I made a post about it. We got to quit acting like we need to have everyone assimilate and act the same. And one thing I have never did was make myself. One thing. Let me start this. First impressions. They'll always see I'm a black woman. I'm female and I'm black. I can't change that. That's just not going to change. And so, Mickey, I took a quick shot and I'm going to send it to you. So I'm not changing who I am. I am who I am, and I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And if people don't like it, oh well, and I'm 55. So I'm going to send this to you now. So on the charter, which I put the page that's on there, the charter tells you exactly how you can remove a board member. And they didn't read the charter before they decided to remove. Carol wasn't even there. Carol has been sick. Get better, Carol, if you're watching. Oh, let me go back to I'm dedicating this show to Jerry Winfrey Carter with the hyphen. Because I miss you, Jerry. I love you. I love you, love you, love you, Jerry. So they were trying to remove them. Did you get it yet? Okay. So the charter says on page 14, which is very clear, the charter tells you how you can remove a person. And it goes on to page 15. It's section 1-603. And someone had posted it also in Flint Politics Reboot. And so it says, except for the ombudsperson who serves at the will of the Ethics and Accountability Board, the city attorney, the city council shall declare forfeiture of the office of any elective office or appointed and may remove for cause any person appointed to an office for a fixed term. It does not say the board. It tells you who can remove them. It tells you. And it does not say, then it tells you the process. In every case, there shall be a public hearing. They didn't have a public hearing before the city council with public notice published in the manner set forth for this charter. Then it goes on to say a city council member charged with conduct constituting grounds for forfeiture may not participate in the resolution of the charge. So to remove her from or them wasn't just one, it was Billy and Carol. There's a process. So what was the process? How did they get on the board? They got on the board because city council, majority vote, city council voted to put them on. City council voted. A resolution came up. City council voted. It was a vote. They said, hey, we got majority vote. There was at least 5 people who voted to put both of those people on, to put Carol McIntosh and to put Billy Dantzler on. And so the majority of the vote put them on. So the board didn't put them on. So the board can't remove them. Board cannot remove them. So my thing is if you on the, they need to read this charter. My charter or charter is all written all over with notes and paper clips and highlights because you have to read the charter. The charter is very clear how you can remove a person. They didn't put them in that seat. So therefore, they can't remove them out of that seat. The charter is very clear. And so here's the thing in Flint. A lot of times won't nobody challenge it. And so when they get someone to challenge it, and they haven't so far because they removed them, it probably would have been challenged. You really have to get an attorney outside of Flint. I just like I am challenging mine, and I feel really good about mine too. I do. And so mine is going to be a process, but we have to understand that the council voted to put them in. It was not the board. The board didn't vote to put each person in. They did not. They were appointed by a council person. Then there was a resolution, and then it was voted on. So I just wanted to say this to those ladies. They always want to remove the voice, and that was just not the proper way to do it. And to be adamant about doing it, and then to say, "Well, we compromise." And I'm gonna tell you, it's some people on there that have been on. One person talked about Jerry Ricardo so bad that's on that board member. I was like, "What is her problem with you?" I never understood what was her problem. And another one, I've heard her cuss before too. I mean, so I cussed somebody out 3 times. So we need to be careful when people try to say, "Oh, I never did anything wrong." People got to start taking into accountability what they have done. What they have done. So we're gonna move on past the signs, Mickey. The signs were very nice. The person with the signs, um, I don't know if she wanted me to say her name yet, but I mean, the people are coming together. So I'm gonna go back into, we know. So I want to go to the. Well, you know what? We're gonna get that one next to laugh, because you know what? That one that you just put up, did it pop up on the screen?
Yeah. Let me make sure, because last time when I was talking, I didn't take it off the screen.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. That post that she put up about Dr. Weaver, former mayor of the city of Flint.
You know it ain't up yet, right?
I know it ain't up, and don't put it up yet. I'm gonna talk about that, because you know what? When it came to her needing somebody, we're gonna talk about that, because she should have been defending Dr. Weaver. But I'm gonna get into that. So I mean, and some of this stuff has got to stop. All this, I'm with a click and I gotta hate you, and we not getting anything done. This stuff has got to stop. It has got to stop. Okay, Mickey. So some of the stuff, it did not come through.
Okay.
So, and y'all, I apologize for that. So I want to go to. I sent you. Now let's go to this. Let's go to the resolution that did not pass, with them. No, before we do that one, I want to put this up with the anger. I sent you the 2 packages, because people have said, and today is really like catching up on a lot of stuff. Lucis, it's going to be kind of random. There's 2 packages that and can you put both of those up?
I'm waiting on it to come through.
Oh, it didn't come through to you? Okay, let me resend it. Okay, it should be 2. So I'm tying up some of the loose ends. A lot of people have been calling and saying, "Well, what was the packages that came?" Because people out here doing death threats. They're talking about your kids. Me and Richard Jones had an orange baby. I mean, some of this stuff is ridiculous, and people are sending this to me. Some people should write, short stories or fictional stories.
This other one came through, just this one.
Just that one. Yeah. Is it possible to put 2 of them up at the same time?
I doubt it. Unless it's split screen. Like if you had them take the pictures together. I'm just waiting on it to come through.
So the blue one is up. Yeah. Okay. So the blue one I pasted, and I think I was having a moment.
So look, I'll show you, see how it is.
Oh, it's still saying open.
Yeah. But I'll put this
okay. So being in council is not easy. I'm gonna tell y'all. You get death threats. You get invited to, hanging parties where they want to hang you, or necktie parties. You get called every name. My daughter was called the monkey. My children have been brought into this. And then they just outright lie. Some people just outright lie. And some people, you got to pick and choose who you give your energy to. So This package was one of the two packages that was sent to Councilman Mays. And so people were like, what was the second package? So him and I and another person were on the phone, and Mays really took things not, he was like, well, I said, I'm like, call the Postmaster Inspector General. He didn't, I think he ended up doing it for the second package, but I called for both packages for him because one had like a brown gooey substance, the other one had a white substance. Mays was getting threats all the time. Mickey, did the second one come up? And one has Slovakia on it. And you can see where that came from, the tracking number. And Councilman Mays, he called Flint Police. Nothing was done. They didn't even take the package with them. If I send it to you.
I don't know why that one ain't downloading. It just keeps saying.
Yeah, and so he called Flint Police. And it's funny because
you might have to screenshot that and send it because it's not letting it download.
It's not letting you download it. Mm-hmm. That's weird. Okay.
It's not even opening up.
Okay. And I'll go back through and send it. So he wasn't as worried, or maybe he was just trying to make me not feel like he was as worried. But when somebody's sending you substances and stuff in the mail, that one said, did it come back unable to send, something went wrong? What?
Maybe because we back here, because it ain't like I'm trying to get stuff to download and it will not download.
Okay, because it is not allowing me to put it up.
Yeah.
Let me try again and see.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, so that's the second package. And I don't know if you can blow it up.
I sure am.
So this one, and it says Slovakia. That picture was taken by Councilman Mays. He always got a shadow in a picture. He would always have one. And you can see where it was sent to him. They got the return addresses somewhere in was it Slovakia, where they sent the substance in that one. So when we have council people, it's very real. You get death threats, you get packages sent to you in the mail that you don't know. And it's very serious. Very serious. It is against the law, but some people just they don't care. And it's difficult here to get the authorities to help you. It is difficult. It is difficult. And it's unfortunate because it should not, because this stuff is serious. It's serious. And so, Mickey, did you just send me something back?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And so when you're doing this job, which don't pay enough because it take your life, your life is threatened. And then you got to deal with being disrespected in the city council chambers. It's crazy. You're dealing with people who are setting up resolutions that on the resolutions, they're their resolutions to where they are affiliated with them. I've never seen nothing like it. Never. So we're going to go back to, because where I had started at, which would be, I don't know why that thing wouldn't send. That's weird. There's the video.
Oh, you said a video came?
No, I want to go back. I want to go back to, I'm sorry, maybe you didn't get it. The rules.
No, I'm looking at it now.
240106.
Nah, it didn't come. Ain't nothing coming through in it.
I resent it.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. Here, I got you now.
Yeah, it should be on there.
Let me blow it up. I got you. I'm gonna bring it up. It's on screen. Okay.
So as I'm talking, and I'm only looking down because I got to resend you, Mickey, the stuff back. Okay. So this was the resolution 016. Can you blow it at Mickey? so I can read it. This came up from, thank you, Mickey. So this came up from the administration. Is a resolution mandating disclosure of conflicts of interest and contact with those benefiting from receiving funds from the city of Flint. So it goes down to be it resolved, because the rest is just quoting what's already in the city charter. It's already in the city charter, so this is nothing new. So this was, I just thought, like a cover your behind when, or and the administration separating themselves, because they pulled Candace's 300,000. It was pulled at the last meeting. So it says, be it resolved that any council member who has a conflict of interest as defined in those provisions shall disclose such conflict and its nature during debate on the ordinance or resolution before the council and before the vote is taken. And I believe the charter goes into more depth as far as like in written form too. It should be written and disclosed. So they voted no for that, y'all. I'm not back. That didn't pass. That one did not pass. But notice how it says, be it resolved that any council member, it should include the mayor too, he's elected. That was conveniently left out. It should say mayor and department heads also. It is not on there. It says, be it resolved the council members. Council members said, hold up. Wait a minute. We wasn't the only one got some checks. And we're going to all get in trouble. And it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem for all of us. And so what they did, I mean, this is not funny though. And it is not funny, because these people are sending up these like it ain't no joke. Okay, so they voted no on that one. And one of the reasons why they voted no on that one, and Mickey, I got to resend this to you because Mickey ain't getting nothing I sent him.
Take this one down.
Yep, you can take that one down because I'm sending this one to you. Was because it excluded the mayor. And they said, hey, the mayor got checks too. And so the mayor's checks, did it come through?
That came through, yeah, no problem.
He got a check, but it doesn't exclude the mayor. So it was targeted just for council. So council was like, we're not the only one took some checks. So you can kind of see this last week, they were like really telling on each other, because it got into what Candace said. We're going to talk about that. When Quincy Murphy went to vote, it was the time to vote on her 300,000. And she was like, well, you know what you're supposed to do. And he was like, Quincy is really probably having a regret moment. And she was like, you know what I'm talking about. The good church, 145,000. So in other words, the good church got that 104. We voted for the good church. You better vote for that 300,000. I'm like, y'all coming at each other. Listen, and Tonya Burns ain't had her seat, so it's been really good watching, unfortunately, as they eat their own. So the mayor had that check. You put that check back up. And so he's got that check. And I think it has been it's been amended because it was more money than that. So I would have to get the copy. I don't remember who had it up originally, but there's more than that, because he didn't report it also on his campaign finance report. The mayor did. And so they're saying, you're going to send up a resolution and you're excluding yourself. That resolution was sent up by the mayor. Y'all, they didn't pass that. They did not. But the charter already speaks to it, to taking gifts in the first place. So we're going to go down to, I sent you the last one. We're going to go back down to, what did Terrence say? Because I'm going to address that.
No, I think he was talking about a post, but it went too quick.
Okay. Yeah, because I got to give him a call. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna pretend like I didn't watch that interview when they riding around with papers and stuff, and then gonna say, "Oh, she should be addressed. She should have called me." And you did a whole interview. I never talked about him, but I'm going to. It won't be today though. So I want to go back to Candace's 300,000. So the 300,000, Ed Taylor walked up there to that podium. I'm sorry, Mickey. He said, "Look at that paper. Who name on the bottom of that paper? The administration is not endorsing this. We don't have anything to do with this." Now that's her 300,000 to Freshwater Future. And see, her name is down there. It's blurry when we blow it up. That's Candace. So Freshwater Future, I called. Lady over it is Jill. And they are the fiduciary for this Freshwater Future, which Candace is affiliated with, to get 300,000. So the 300,000 has been pulled off, but it was up there. She was going at it. It did pass. It passed in committee. And they voted on it. Candace voted on her own 300,000. She voted on it. But why wouldn't she? Liddell voted to give herself another 25,000. She got hers. She's gotten a total of 75,000 for her nonprofit. But Candace's 300,000 was pulled back. I'm like, what are they doing? They going like at each other. So the administration, can you put up the other one? They've been trying to put this through for a minute. And so the 300,000 was pulled back. And so, yeah. And so this is when it was first presented and it was supposed to show up. And then it's been changed. So I don't know what they doing, because that one had the signature, and that 300,000 was on there. It had the signature of Philip Moore and Clyde Edwards. Now this last one they sent up had nothing on it. Because Ed Taylor came up there and said, whose name at the bottom? Whose name? And Ed Taylor ain't been into that podium but 3 times since he's been here. Probably, I'm going to give him 4 max. But he was up there. He came out there like a superhero. He going to save them. He was like, no, we have nothing to do with this. So it appeared that Candace was acting on her own because the administration threw her underneath the bus. Now, see, their names was on this before, but it wasn't on that one that showed up at the meeting. It wasn't on there, y'all. So some of these deals is breaking down. And so Livy Me said the administration must be aware of feds watching because they're trying to separate themselves quickly. Separate like the bubonic plague. They are like, no. They are. I'm like, But you know what, y'all? Because when I put up documents to show they was all together before. What happened? Okay. So Mickey, yes, I gotta find that video. So the video, I sent that one to you last night.
Oh my God. Oh, hold on.
So y'all, I need that one up with the wine pour. Just pour the wine in the glass. Y'all listen, they was on board with that 300,000.
You said you sent me a video?
I sent you I did send you a video.
I didn't get it. And none you sent me came through.
Let me send this one back. One of y'all videos, the videos at 810 was messed up too.
Okay.
And while I'm talking, listen, y'all, if y'all not on there, y'all need to be watching The Morning Bump with Monday through Friday with Wintis and Mickey. You get a lot of good information. I was supposed to have Joe Scapani on and Johnny last week. But I'm rescheduling. I'm gonna do a special with that one. Did that one show up? Okay, so we're gonna go to 5820. And so we're gonna walk through. This was ready for last week, y'all. And your girl was sick. I don't want to be that sick again. Because I'm seeing Quincy is like, I ain't really rolling with y'all. Quincy want to know about that market too. And I told him, you got to call Jasinski yourself, Ernst & Young, like I do. Don't you trust Judy to tell you everything? Don't you do that. Do like I always do. You call yourself. He'll break it down to you. Because that market ain't no glitch. They open that portal back up. Ain't nobody playing. That portal was closed June 2023 when Lottie, June 23rd, 2023, when Lottie left, it was closed permanently. So ain't no second application. If they open it back up, they need to open it back up for everyone who had missing documents. No glitch. As a matter of fact, theirs was closed March 22nd for the market. March 22nd, 2023, the ARPA portal was closed for the market because they did not get their documents in. So I did send Quincy that. I sent that to him, and he was polite. He sent back thanks to me. So while I was in that council meeting, as I was exiled from my seat, I sent him that. So let's go. This is where Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter says she was not going back in there. She's never went back because we've been talking about that administrative consent order, which has been a hot topic. And I'm not going to argue with Arthur Woodson if he walking or watching. I'm not. I'm going to let him do his numbers. I'm going to do mine because his numbers, he's got his reason and I got mine. But I do want to clear it up. I did not say, and it's hard when you're typing something. What I was stating, I couldn't get through because I called in so that him and I could have dialogue so that, because we're not on the opposite page. And so what I was saying, because I've been trying to get the administrative consent order, they're not giving it. I have called everybody at the state, everybody. They're not giving it until city council votes on it. Are they going to release it to the public? And this is what they have told the press. The state has said, get it from Clyde Edwards. The state is saying, get it from the administration. So the state is working with administration and it's not being released. So Woodson wasn't trying to listen because I don't know what was wrong with him because he was stressing me. And so that is what I'm saying. I didn't say that you couldn't, and he didn't understand what I was saying when you're texting. That's why I called in, but I couldn't get through because I want to make sure information, especially if I'm doing something, is coming through clear and correct. I've tried getting it. They won't give it. Only time that they're saying that they're giving it, not that they can't give it, it's two different things. They're saying they're not going to give it until council votes on it, gets a majority vote. So he stated, well, don't give, majority vote. They got 5 or 6 votes. They already got them. They don't need my vote for that. They have a slate because 3 of them on there get ARPA funds. So them ARPA fund buddies are going to stick together. So that was my point with that part, that they won't give up the administrative consent. They won't give it to me. I didn't talk to everybody, including the administration. And what the administration told me was, Attorney Kim said to me, I could meet with Attorney Cups and he could go over it with me. Now, what they did was, which I told Woodson, when you go into executive session, you get documents and they'll give them to you in the packets. And when you get the packets, you have them in front of you. Everybody, I write on everything I do. I write notes. I do my questions. They're talking as they're going over. Well, I knew the administrative consent order was coming because someone had told me to look for it, along with the TMF report, which is our violation report. That's another one that's coming. That one has not been released. So I did tell Woodson. He was like, oh, I already know about that. Okay, well, I told him a couple months ago. And so him and I do talk about water, and we talk about the issues with the wind funds part. Him and I are just going to be, we just have to play it out. But I know there were people who were listening because I was on another call and I had to put the one phone down, who heard them say that the funds were gone for the wind funds were gone. And this was from the guy who does it with the state, Eric Pocan. And they have not did, so if there's 6.2 million, Flint just sent in, Woodson's email was April 4th. They're working on now the reimbursements from November and December 2023. And so those amounts which will be deducted will deplenish that 6.2 million. And so the state has given them another 1.5 million, just kind of throw it their way. And so Carrie Cochran with Scripps News, I want to send out for Scripps News. I appreciate everything Scripps News has done, because when I could not get help in my ward fighting for the people in my residence, Scripps News has covered in their news events residents that could not get help. I couldn't get them help. Scripps was able to interview Hidea. She's in my ward, 6th ward. They interviewed Jeffrey Rope. They interviewed him. And Jeffrey Rope is just not going to be done, because let me tell you what they have said. This is how they're being slick with and Carrie had called me. She says, Tonya, you were correct. They are not excavating. What they're saying now is, according to their records, since when did the city of Flint have good records on pipe replacement? So I have been, his emails with him, I've been going back for over 2 years. And so Mr. Rope's service line, his neighbors have been changed checked and went through. So as I was on with Eric Pocan this week, he went we did the 2500 block, 2600 block, 2700 block, 2800 block. We went through of his street and of the ones which are changed. So what the city is saying, and their response back to the state was, their response back to Eric Pocan was, from the city of Flint, told Eric Pocan that it is likely that his pipes were copper because the other ones on the street were copper. Well, when you sell your house in the city of Flint, you can't do a likely or a record check. He's going to end up having to pay that for itself, because the city has not excavated his pipes or to check to see. You have to, now, unless you pay cash for a house. If you get in a mortgage, it is required by the mortgage company, because they know Flint had a water crisis. So Mr. Rope is being done dirty. So I went over this, and Carrie, she was like, Tonya, you were correct, because that's what they're saying, according to Flint records. Flint records have not been right. 25 to 30% of Flint records have been inaccurate, even using their model predictor. It has been inaccurate. And then with the records, some records go back, they were on paper, because Flint is not in the digital stage, really. They don't even take credit cards in the building and permit department or the clerk's department. They don't. You cannot pay even online with stuff with the credit. A lot of departments with the credit card. Like, say if you're going to get a license, other states like Colorado, you pay online, not in Flint. So Mr. Rope's service line, they have said, he is, according to Flint records. Everybody knows Flint records have not been accurate, but this is not what they're telling people. Then they've said that he never contacted them. Incorrect, because I even contacted for him, and he kept a detailed record. So now is where the games are playing. So will there be a crew? Where is the service line crew now? Which is actually W.T. Stevens, that Mayor Sheldon Neely never paid them almost $1 million. They are working in Detroit. They were the ones, he couldn't get anyone else to do the service lines. So because of the lawsuit underneath LGC Global, they used W.T. Stevens as a subcontractor. So I don't see how we're going to finish this project. I don't think this project will ever be finished, because there's another 3,000 plus restorations that have to be done. And those cost money. They cost money, over 3,000. So if we have that, where's the money coming from? State said they gave 1.5 million that they just threw Flint's way. The November, December, and they did the addresses. City of Flint sent those reimbursements to be reimbursed, and they're working on those now, which would be deducted from the 6.2 million. So Arthur, I'm not arguing with you, but that's just what it is. And then I've got something I can play for if you're not mad at me anymore. But I think that the passion has got to, the fight should not be with each other. It should be with the city of Flint not give them the administrative consent order. And what they do is when they pass out those administrative consent orders, they gave it to those who went into the back. I pretty much know what's on it because we know what's not done. What's not done, is what's going to be in that order, the deadlines that have been missed. And so I wouldn't have went even if I was back, because you can't, once you go back there, you read it in executive session, you cannot talk about it. You can't talk about whatever happens in executive session. You can't. And guess what they do? They hand you the papers, and then when you leave, they collect them. They take them. You don't have them. You do not keep them. And you can't talk about it. So it is behind a veil of secrecy. And the article that Ron Funger put up, which was hush hush money. And it is. It is. Hush hush deals. I'm sorry, not money. Well, money is involved, but hush hush deals. They pick up those consent orders and they take them back. I asked Attorney Kim for my copy. I've asked the state for a copy. The state saying you got to get it from the city. City doesn't want to release it. They got their 5 to 6 votes. And unfortunately, probably 5 to 6 people will not make them uncover it because they don't care. I would hope that their conscience will say, hey, you know what? Let's do right by the people. Let's make this document public because it should be public. But at this point, the state is saying we gave it to the city. The city needs to give it to the council. Council met in executive session. Attorney Kim said he wants to meet with me in private. And if I meet with Attorney Kim in private or meet with Attorney Cups in private, I cannot talk about it. I cannot. So as I've been trying to work my way the back way, I can't. If I meet with them, it shuts down my voice. People won't have any voice to know. If I meet with them, I will know what's in the order, but I can't tell any of you. So that is my reasoning with that administrative consent order. I'm not going to. Okay, listen, the state gave 7.7 million. It is 6.4 million in the wind funds. It's 2 different funds. Okay, listen, and we'll go over that. I'm just not going, we will go over that. I'm just telling you what they have said and what the city has said, and we can go over that. So the fight should be with the city. So I don't want people to think that I was ever going to not tell what the administrative consent order is. They won't give it. And I'm not going to meet with Attorney Kim, or it's actually Attorney Cups, because it ties my hand. Now, if it just happens to fall into my hands and somebody else gives it to me, I'm going to share it. But if I go into private talks, I can't talk about it. And see, I knew he would be watching. I knew he would. Okay, so let's go back to the video. Tootie from Connecticut. What a cute name. Hey, Tootie. Toot, toot, beep, beep. Hey, Lumi. As Mickey getting the video. 5820. This is Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this meeting, they was turning on each other. Okay, let's play that one. I can't hear it.
Madam Chair, through you to the city attorney. This has to deal with the water crisis, right? This is executive session.
It doesn't specifically tie into the concerned pastors litigation. This administrative action, we seek to tentatively resolve it with an administrative consent order in regards to, it does concern the drinking water aspect of things. And there are representatives from the Department of Public Works to talk about what's contained in the administrative consent order and the substantive items.
The concerned pastors some more money.
So with that being said, I will not go into.
Thank you.
Because anything that concerns the water crisis, any of that, I feel should be put out in the public. I will not be put in a situation whereas I cannot discuss whatever I need to discuss to the residents.
Thank you.
I'm gonna always be transparent when it comes to the water crisis, everything that has to deal with that.
With
So
our
I was voting
voices.
no.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
I heard this wording first.
I refuse to go into executive session and do my council duty. I don't think it's the flex that Ms. Murphy Carter thinks it is, as she will be Sarah left everything information. And then she will come out here asking questions as she will miss important information. It's not a flex. Thank you.
Well, I would like an entire group of audience members, constituents to order, please. Thank you. Allow me to not hear what our colleagues are saying as we're speaking over us. Thank you.
Thank you. I will be going to go into executive session, and the reason why I will be going to go into executive session is someone who's been out here marching and went to that march for the water crisis and was out here on the front line with the fight for the water crisis. I think I owe it to my
Ms. Williamson, this is your first warning.
I really don't care.
Go ahead.
I owe it to the frontliners that was out there fighting for this water crisis to go into executive session and listen to what the lawyers have to say about.
This is your first warning.
That's fine. He's not gonna disrespect us. He's an elderly.
That's your first warning.
I owe it to these residents to put me in position to go to executive session.
Point of order.
Stand in the back.
I'm bringing the lady in the mask to order for acceptable clapping. That is her order for interrupting the conversation while he's speaking. The lady in the mask.
Ma'am, this person.
Well, I'll get another chance.
Them damn parking.
You
Okay.
no,
Was I cussing on there? Was I cussing?
not
Okay,
that bad.
not that
You just
bad.
said damn.
I just said damn. Okay, so you can see. So I'm gonna short. Councilman Murphy tried to go in on Councilwoman Jane Murphy Carter, and they tried to box her in and tried to say, like, you know, when he said number one, Eva said derelict in her duty. Well, she might need to talk to her residents, because I door knocked over there, and boy, oh boy, they said they ain't never seen it. So let's talk about derelict in the duty, but she has the worst attendance ever. And so Quincy Murphy had also said he marched. Okay, he ain't the only one who marched and protested. You know, that don't mean, and if you marched and protested, you should understand how people feel and need transparency. The water crisis started because there was no transparency. Everything was done, you know, behind closed doors. They allowed people to be poisoned for what was it, 18 months? And they kept it a secret as people died, as people ingested that. So you owe it to the frontliners to go to the back. See, that's when people want to feel just too important, when you lost the part that it's about the people. This should be the most transparent process, period. Flat out. It should not be done behind closed doors. And that council should be saying, you know what? You put that administrative consent order out here so we can all see it. It should not, and it will not be done behind closed doors, because that's how Flint got in this mess that is still in 10 years later, that they're commemorating, you know, in the anniversary of it. And it's not a celebration, people, but when people, it's called an anniversary, but people went through a lot. 10 years later, and we still don't have service lines fixed. 10 years later, you still have restorations. 10 years later, you still don't know how many people died. 10 years later, you're just now getting a cancer cluster study that Art Woodson has had to fight hard for. 10 years later, they're not talking about all the cancers that have happened and how aggressive that they are. They're just now starting to do that. So when we talk about why you shouldn't be going behind closed doors, I can't believe the fact that they consider going behind closed doors. But guess who you didn't see doing it? Some of them marching, protesting, loading them waters. The people who going behind closed doors. They didn't feel the brunt of it, clearly. They didn't. And they still willing to do it because they don't care. Listen, they got their 5 or 6 votes, and they getting their ARPA funds. Okay, Mickey, we're going to move on because this is like a cleanup. So we go to 3:30. This is with them DDA meetings. I think they were snapping on each other. I'm like, they're like, with each other.
Whenever you ready.
So let's do 3 hours and 30 minutes. And this is about them DDA meters. And the motion failed. Then they like turned on Quincy. Quincy was like, because he pulled back his stuff then. He was like, I see how y'all gonna do. You know, I see. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. So let's play the 3:30.
Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Any other discussion? Okay, this is the vote to send resolution 240140 to council.
Mr. Aloni?
No.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Murphy?
No.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Mr. Shad?
Yes.
Ms. Worthing? Yes. The vote is 4 yes, 2 no.
It didn't
The
pass.
vote is 4 yes, 2 no, that motion fails. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Mrs. Dr. Lewis?
Is it possible to send what we already sent to a special affairs?
That motion was made earlier and it failed.
Okay,
I think we could reconsider that motion.
okay, so I would like to send resolution 2400140 to special affairs.
That motion was already made and it failed and it lacked the support.
Right.
So how can we turn around and bring up the same motion?
Right.
Walk up. And then if we in an agenda item and we move on the motion.
That's right.
And we completed the motion, don't we move on to the agenda or can we just bring it back up at a later time?
Later time.
Because I didn't know that once a motion.
Point of order. I would like to refer to the city clerk, please.
About that, Jack. Come on, man.
That original motion didn't have support, so it didn't fail. It was supported,
Oh, I was in that second.
right, so it didn't fail. But you have been very flexible in this area, so. Yeah, I just want to point out the motion didn't fail.
So it's at the chair's leisure.
If we can get support for that motion, we can get support and move forward since the initial motion did not get support. It was in the vote. Go ahead, Dr. Lewis, you made the motion to send to special affairs. Is there support? Support. And probably seconded to send it to special affairs. Who supported that? Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I will not be supporting this move, getting moved to special affairs, because I just tried to move this motion to special affairs. I didn't get the support of my colleagues. I guess they was counting votes, and because they didn't get the 5 votes that they thought they would get it, they came back with that motion.
Yeah. It was definitely foolish now.
Any other discussion?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
So thank you. So through you, so my no, never mind. I don't want to kick this can down the road. There's no need to kick the can down the road. And all questions have been explicitly answered about why this resolution is here, the dollar amount, where it's going to. We talked about the termination of the contracts. We spoke about replacing the revenue from from COVID. And then we also spoke about the DDA working with residents regarding these tickets, working with the residents, whether that include, eradicating the tickets. This is what they said that they are doing. So I'm a little concerned about that, and, we can talk about bringing it at a later date, but when bills are due immediately, you don't have a later date. And so I'm a little concerned that while we're kicking the can down the road, because the funds are needed now. And so I just don't understand why we're going to wait just to approve these funds.
Okay, so we see they wasn't supporting each other. Something going on. So Quincy has legitimate gripe. Those meters suck, but that contract does end. But here's the thing. I never got the answer on did the DDA director return the money that was put on the P card for the city. Liddell Lewis said she knew. She said she returned the money. What amount did she send? Did she return? I'm still waiting on that answer. How would Liddell know the DDA person returned the money? This was last year. How would she know? And then how much was returned? Because the amount, it started off at 35,000. They said it was like 7, 15, 5. So the amount was never really clear. But I want to know how much was returned. They didn't know that the DDA was actually underneath the budget until I had been asking and going over there, been treated separately with Joanne Gurley, who has left the fine city of Flint, Michigan, as she was picked off to be the chief legal attorney for Pontiac. They took her, and she was a good attorney. She is a very good attorney. She's now Pontiac's very good attorney. So, Quincy had a good point about the meters. The meters don't work and they're defective. And Liddell runs point on everything. And Quincy kind of like, he always been passionate about the meters. The meters have ticked him off from day one. He never liked the meters. And so they brought that resolution back up to refocus. They're like, wait a minute, because we got some stuff we need to get past. We gonna have to get along with Quincy. So let's go to 337. Okay. Yeah, good.
I'll entertain a motion to send this to council.
Is there support?
Support.
There's been moved and properly seconded to send 240141 to council. Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
To Emily. Your regulates our habitat network grant for resolution resolving that appropriate city officials are authorized to do all things necessary to execute any necessary agreement to appropriate funds for $300,000 to the Great Lakes Aqua Habitat Network grants. What was the youth job training be consist of?
This resolution did not come through administration.
Say that again.
This resolution did not come through administration.
It did not come through the administration? Why it didn't come through the administration?
Because council members can put things through that without having come through administration.
Wow.
So this resolution was created by, okay, so hold on, where are you going? Don't you go there, go nowhere. You go, and I'm just with it.
No, they told her come on back.
Come
on back.
Emily, that all my life. No, I'm just kidding. So.
Mr. Taylor.
I ain't doing it, Mr. Taylor. Ted, is.
What's your request?
The request is that if you look at that resolution, Look who signed it.
Hold on, let me look at it.
Okay, and look how it was presented. It was presented from the council. So administration don't have anything to do with that.
Be good.
That's how you tell. That's on y'all.
So,
Now somebody trying to explain it to do.
resolution 240141.
Look at Judy.
This resolution, did y'all support this
We don't have
resolution?
anything to do with it.
All right.
Mm.
Okay.
Did y'all review this resolution?
Then
Don't
look
have
at it.
anything to do with it.
Look at Judy's face. Who signed it?
So did you know that,
Where is just the screaming, shouting over here?
Please. Calling you to order. Thank you. Go ahead.
okay, so did you know as a member of the ARPA ad hoc committee that we're at liberty to refer resolutions that we've done in the past? So I'll speak more about that on my time.
Okay. So, are you aware that I've been applying or asking the ad hoc committee, and I have talked to you guys about a resolution for $300,000 for the food market. So,
Request information.
What's your request?
Did you know that if we were not on that category yet?
are you aware that we have approved a lot of resolutions and we wasn't in that category?
Who signed this?
But we approved it. So here, this resolution is for $300,000. Here we got a full market. Did this application go through the process?
Yes.
It did go through the process. What category is this money coming from?
So this comes out of youth job training and administration. They did have a recommendation for this, so I just want to correct administration about that. So very, very clear.
Say that one more time.
I said, yeah, so this came through, administration as well. And so, but this is coming out of youth, training application. What happened with the ARPA ad hoc committee? We went through.
Trying to keep us. Listen, y'all. That was Ed's was kind of like a Maury Povich one. You are not the daddy. He said, that is not our resolution. That is not our resolution. We did not send it up. We do not approve it. It did not come through the administration, which was his words. He said, look who signed it and look how it was presented. We had nothing to do with it. The administration had nothing to do with it. But they voted on it and sent it to council. That was committee. They pulled it back from council. The 230141, they pulled it back. Liddell pulled it back. She didn't want her home girl to look like she was, pulling it back. So they look out for each other. So y'all, you can't make this up. This one was so bad that the administration said we got to step up and put them on the floor because they just still brazen. We got to put them on the floor because they send up their own resolutions. We didn't approve this. We are not trying to draw attention to us. No, thank you, Candace Mouchette. We will not allow you to draw attention to us. You will not draw attention to us, is what they said. They pulled that thing back so quick and moved. And now they've been up to that point of maybe 3. I'm going to give him maybe 4. He don't come up there. He don't do no talking. Ed be in the back working. That ain't his style. That ain't his style. But he came up there and set that record straight. Look, we have anything to do with it. Look who signed it. We did not sign it. What you won't do is bring the attention to us. Now, we done sent up this resolution to let y'all know council members need to disclose if you're affiliated with any of these businesses, with any organization. Now, we done told you, but y'all hard-headed. You don't want to listen. So you know what? We're going to unveil you. We're going to uncover you. in front of everybody because you wouldn't listen, because you thought you were smarter than us. She's not going to outsmart them. Candace is not. She don't hold the cards. They outed her, and it was embarrassing. Your 300,000 went and Jill down at a freshwater, not down, up, because it's in Petoskey, Michigan is where it's at. And people need to be calling probably Jill and questioning that with Freshwater Future. The Jan Marie Arbor did. She checked it out. And then Candace tried to tell with your big age, your age as old as you are. Yeah, that lady with the age, the big age, lit her behind up. She set her on fire. She came at her with a fierceness, with facts, not fiction. Jan Marie came with facts, not fiction. Someone's with her big age, and you should. Every time Candace, somebody older than her, and you would think she's like 25 or 21. She was 39, 38, 40. You are not young anymore. You know, she need to quit, saying to people's age like she young. Stop that. I really used to feel sorry for her, Mickey. I don't anymore, because she keeps doing things like that video, that TikTok. I don't feel sorry for her anymore. Like when she was disrespectful to Jerry, she keep being disrespectful to Jerry Winfrey Carter. She's disrespectful to Mercedes. She was called Mercedes Kinney, talking about her age underneath her breath. And I checked her. She was at the point of talking about Jan Marie, because Jan Marie Arbor talked about, what she was connected to, and that 300,000 was hers. Not only the administration out her butt, but everybody else did. So I want to go to 343. Let's play it.
Resolutions. I'll give you one for example. My administration or the ARPA ad hoc committee, they did not select this. Yeah, mine. And so the ARPA ad hoc committee, we brought that resolution to council because there was no reason to deny them the money, because we had the money there for blocks.
So let me ask you this, even though you're the ad hoc committee, it's 9 of us, and if we got recommendations, what happens to our recommendations that we want to apply for, so who market?
Request for information.
What's your request?
He does realize he requested for Good Church, and it ended up on here. He does realize he was fully supported, and that when he asked to have that part of his salary, correct?
Do you realize that I did not recommend Good Church? The administration recommended.
No. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
No. Good Church.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Lewis.
Thank you. So again, that's why we try to do things category by category, so we can go through every organization to make sure every organization is looked at, so we can make sure that we take into consideration what administration is considering.
Now, Quincy, you may have some moments when you're doing stuff right. He do. I'm gonna give him that. But Quincy, we talked, and Good Church doing some good things with the washer and dryer. He went on there to try to chastise me. Your girl just outed you. She didn't say, no. You know what Good Church was. You were fully supported. In other words, you knew we was voting for Good Church for you to vote on her 300,000. You wasn't fulfilling your part of the bargain. In my opinion, it was very good. No. You know exactly what I'm talking about. The Good Church, the 145,000. She was letting him down. That 300,000. I'm sorry. Listen, you can't make this up. She's telling him, I supported you for the good. We all supported you. Because guess who else had another 25,000 that needed to be supported? Liddell Lewis. She already got her 50 because she said, oh, we're going to get our money. And she did. They sticking together to get their money. And a shingle been put on a roof and a furnace been put in there, even a window. So Quincy was trying to tell me about Good Church. Quincy, she telling everybody, y'all did round robins, y'all talk. that you knew how to vote. Y'all had talked about who was going to support who and what. She running her mouth because y'all ain't making sure she get her 300,000. And the administration then said, what you won't do, we're going to separate us, you so bad, that we're going to send up a resolution and only include council members who are affiliated with organizations. You can't make this stuff up as they turning on each other. And they can't say, look, Councilman Mays got arrested, his soul passed away, I wasn't there, and then Jerry Ficard got up out her seat. This foolishness is all on them. See, when you broke a deal with other people and they brokering these deals, it comes a payday. This ain't my stuff, this is their stuff. So let's go to 355. You can't make this stuff up with them. How can they turn it on each other?
So, long as they, hold on, see.
They fall out.
I hear my colleague down there talking to me.
She is.
And my colleague down there talking is just making me don't want to support this resolution. And it's almost like if I don't support it, I'm gonna get, she gonna, whatever.
Request for information. When y'all are down there talking to each other, do I assume it has anything to do with you, or it's about you, or do I just let you talk?
I'm good. I'm just going to the side.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
I think sometimes it gets a little too personal, and it should just be, do you like this resolution or not? Is it about this resolution or your love for the food market? Like, it's quite obvious, it's been over and over the food market. And I've already stated I would never vote for that food market. So let's concentrate on the actual resolution. And
listen, you can see there is tension, y'all. You know, and I know those meetings are long and they go through a lot. But listen, everybody, look, y'all know what some deals were made. Everybody better get their money. And the administration says, we have no power. We are separating ourselves from y'all. And Liddell did disclose her 25,000.
That's what we play right there.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
I think that what is done in the dark needs to come out into the light. And if this is not the case, please prove me wrong. Please prove other concerned citizens wrong. This just isn't right. She should recuse herself. She should not have even voted for it to go to special affairs. Again, another instance of corruption in this city chambers. Thank you.
thank you. Are there any other public speakers? Okay, seeing no movement, council response. Would anyone like to speak? Madam Chair. Ms. Michelle.
Yes, the inept candidate for the 7-4 January Arbor couldn't be any more wrong and being loud and wrong. Again, I said from the very beginning where I worked, always stand where I worked. The constant you taking opportunities to do everything rather than lead is really sick, and it's not lost on 7-4 candidates. I mean, on 7-4 voters. They are clear, they see it's not working, and the fact that you would dare come up here and tell a clear and blatant lie. Everybody in the city knows what I do because I don't hide it. So to act like someone didn't disclose, when you can go back and look on camera for the fact that where I work, it's told constantly, it's talked about constantly, because I am trying to be a source for this. See, when there was a problem with the water, I stepped up and stepped into a position that helps not only this city, but people around the country. And because you want to have a seat so bad, you would take an opportunity to spread lies and spreading rumors against something that can hurt other people that are actually being helped. You see, people get help on what's in their water, they get access to resources. People around the country are benefiting. And so the fact that you would dare stand up here and lie, also that you can have a seat, shows the fact that you don't need the seat. It's really, really sad. And I think at your big age, you should realize that lying is easily proven. It's really sad. Again, it's on camera, and then you bring in my foundation in this, again, loud and wrong. Talking about I'm gonna get 10%, loud and wrong, but I guess it benefits you to lie. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to not be transparent. I was transparent from the moment I got in this seat. But again, at your big age, your lack of real leadership continues to show. You have a nice evening. I hope you stay, because normally you only stay for drama and not for real business. So thank you.
Okay, another council response. Another council response. Hearing none, we are now at resolutions, or I think the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
That's okay.
Madam Chair,
Speak.
I make a motion to consent.
Is there support? It's been moved by Ms. Priestley and supported by Mr. Am I saying his name? Thank you. All right. So, are there any separations?
Yes.
I think I hear Ms. Priestley and
You want to mute it?
I'm unmuted. Okay. So here's disrespect. It's just, she has no respect for nobody. I mean, she doesn't respect anybody. I don't feel sorry for her anymore. I don't. One, she called me a hood rat, which, I mean, I'm not a part of some hip hop culture. I mean, my favorite rapper is Run DMC. And I get in Tupac, I'm not a rapper, I'm R&B. You know, the stuff that she does and said, she's very condescending, rude, and disrespectful. So she did not get Jan Marie told, because Jan Marie came back the next week and put the facts down.
You ain't want this one.
No, I don't know what that one was. And sometimes they'll play we got to play them because it does not play that one. No, sometimes they do different. I don't know what it'd be doing. Nope. Sometimes they just do it. I don't know what they, and I'll go back to the 810. But I want to say that she's very disrespectful. And so in this last week's meeting, and it's going to have to be a part 2, there was a lot that was going on. Dr. Weaver, former mayor of the city of Flint, came and she spoke. Eva stepped up, and after Dr. Weaver spoke, Eva was rude, blatantly rude. Candace should have defended her. She should have defended her. She should have said and told Eva, which is her friend, because Eva made a post, and she made a post about her, and I'm not letting her slide. You know, I understand there's some things that she's had, but no, it did. I just sent it, and they would have been in the bottom new part. I'm gonna resend them to you, that one. And I'm not gonna let her slide. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because some things is disrespect. We have Elizabeth Taylor, which is 80 years old, who comes to council meetings, and she was allowed to be called a dumb bitch by Paul Herring. At no point should Paul Herring be calling a senior a person of our community, and it's not been apologetic. And there's not that one yet. We're not gonna probably be able to get to that one.
That's the one you just sent me.
Okay, because it don't show me.
That's the one you just came to.
Let me send you this one. To be, for Paul to call Elizabeth Taylor a dumb bitch, every man should have been in there to defend Miss Taylor. That's just, it's beyond reprehensible. It's disgusting. It's shameful. And Paul shouldn't even be showing his face in there. He got up out of his seat and walked towards her. He was sitting when she walked up. He got out of her seat. Now, how big of a man is he that he wants to go after an 80-year-old woman? Boy, Paul, you are just, I don't even have a word for you. I mean, the thesaurus. He was sitting, and as you watch the video, you can see his left hand touch her first. And then you have LaDesha. He punched her, but officer, stop that mess. You see Paul's left hand hitting her and touching her first. So he had no business putting his hands on her. Is that one, did that one play? So shame on Paul, and Paul better be lucky that it's somebody's grandson and then there's somebody, because a lot of these men not going to accept that. You calling, she had her a dumb bitch. I mean, that's not, and he don't care. And then he shared it like he was proud, made a video. He should have been hiding that. He's proud of it. Just ignorant.
No, let me mute you. No, it's not.
Okay, let's see what that one is.
Okay.
Stupid.
Don't you call him John?
What did you hit me for?
You get out of my face.
You muted.
Okay, you can see him get up out his seat to come after an 80-year-old. Come on, Paul, come on. Really, you that brave? You that brave? You gonna get up out your seat to go after an 80-year-old lady, a senior, cancer survivor, just finished some of her treatment, her chemo, and you coming after her? Look, I don't use my cuss words on here. But y'all could just fill in the blank. Bleep, 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 bleep. Because I only use the words that other people use. But no. He got up out his seat and then rushed towards her and touched her. Nothing changes that, period. And she's a senior. I don't know how they coming through, Mickey, but I'm gonna send this one. I just sent one. And I don't know who TikTok 810 Flynn is. I do not know, but I appreciate them creating content. Because it's a lot with the clips, and when they break them down, it is easier. It's easier. That's 1, 2.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
The only people up here who has not told someone to shut up, who has not cussed at anybody.
You better relax, because you ain't safe. You think you're talking too evil. Do something. What's up? I better stop. I think so.
Point of order.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You get real hype.
My thing is, everybody up here is an adult. Everyone should be respected. And sometimes, for whatever the reason, along the way in life, people either did not ever learn the lesson of respect as a child, or they seem to have forgotten the lesson of respect that they learned as a child. My council person in the 5th Ward, my colleague, it's not that I don't respond to you because I care about you being loud, because that's about all you are. You're never on point. You never have a point. You can never think of your own points. I don't respond to you because it would be bullying. I do not dare speak to people when I know they cannot compare in a conversation. Stop addressing me. The only reason you're packing up and leaving and saying you shouldn't come, you even asked Councilman Pfeiffer, what do you think? You have to ask him what he thinks, because you can't think for yourself. And the one person that thought for you, God rest his soul, is gone. The one person you're sharing a brain with sitting next to you, now she's gone. And now you have to figure out. Appointed. And now that's okay. I am the appointed vice president of the Flint City Council, someone who stepped up in leadership because you were not bold enough to take the stance, because you needed somebody else to tell you whether or not you could take the position when you were offered a leadership position.
So you are welcome that I constantly show you how to think for yourself. I show you how to be a lady. I show you how to be an adult. I show you how to be a leader. You are welcome. You have people who show up to meetings and they do not desire to do anything other than be disruptive.
Nobody elected you.
Your 7th Ward and 2nd Ward. Liddell Lewis wanted to fight 3 grown men. She called me a bitch. Then on her little parody page, she's trying to say it's not hers, but girl, we know it's you. So stop it. Because you shared that same page, so she needs to stop. And we see their behavior. You know, Candace called Jean Marie Arbor inept. She called her sick. She called her, told she had to step up, you know, that she stepped up. She referred to Jean Marie's age as her big age. What, a mature woman with some common sense that doesn't act like a hoodlum? They act like hoodlums. Big difference. You know, and then you have Candace saying to Jerry Winfrey Carter, the crowd was protesting and no one was, you know, cussing them out. The vice president who was chairing the council, that meeting, Candace Mashat, she's the vice president, she was chairing. She was cussing. Now, she told the lie. I have never cussed. I don't swear. Them personalities changed with her tone and her voice and her dialect. So who was she saying? She wasn't talking to Eva. She was talking to Jerry. She mistakenly said Jerry because in the camera, you see, she's looking at Jerry. She's saying, who the fuck are you talking to? Jerry, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I guess she wanted to nuck if you buck with Jerry too. You know, the violence that those two, the two who want to fight all the time, the president and the vice president, Liddell showed she wanted to fight 3 men, was not sitting in her correct seat. According to the Flint Council rules, you must be sitting in your designated seat. She sat next to Councilman Pfeiffer and antagonized him, her and Candace Mashat antagonized him, provoked him the whole night, calling him all kind of names, racist, all kind of names, the entire evening while she was sitting in her wrong seat. She told Jerry Winfrey Carter that, what the fuck you talking to? You know, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? That is not, that's conduct unbecoming of a interim, not elected to anything council person. You don't do that. You don't do that. So people need to see who she is and for who she is. So I know we're running down out of time, but I'm a close. We didn't get down to everything. Mickey, what's your final time that you got to be out the door?
She should be out, be pulling up at 12 o'clock, at least 12:15.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to. So I wanted to show behavior. We don't have to make this up. Y'all looking at it. 7th Ward, is that what y'all want? You want Candace Mashat, who say who the fuck you think this is? Who said what's up? What's up? What's up? You know what? You know, she want to fight another council member. You have her best friend that they just got back from Dubuque, Iowa, on Candace's job using the city council P card that was paid for Candace's job because they into doing all kind of stuff. You know, that was for her job. It's listed on the website for Flint Development Center. Then they're gonna try to play it up because they think they smarter than everybody else. Not smart. You know, is that what 7th Ward wants? I've never seen anything like it. You come to council, you got to be prepared to nuck if you buck, be prepared to fight, to have insults, someone calling you a hood rat, calling you a bitch, telling you to shut up, someone telling you, what's up, like you in the streets. I never seen anything like, you're supposed to argue ideas. That's not what's happening. Not at all. Simply not what's happening. the stuff that they do, and it is conduct unbecoming. And I get everybody saying, oh, the council, need the whole. It's not the whole council. You take those who have exhibited bad behavior and you remove them. You remove them. This has nothing to do with if you like anybody, but you should be able to sit in your seat and not think you got to fight somebody, or at some point someone's going to try to fight you. That should not be happening. So Candace has got some issues, some very serious issues. And I didn't appreciate the fact there was this post that was put up. And Eva put this post up, and she can have her feelings on how she feels about Mary. Okay, put that post up, Mickey. Thank you. And so, Eva Worthing posted Karen Weaver. First of all, she's former mayor, and she's Dr. Karen Weaver. Okay, she earned that. But to be disrespectful, this was Eva's intent, because that's what she does. Karen Weaver did not like that Candace isn't a groupie and that she has her own mind. This turned up the day after Monday's meeting that she attended. You would think that Weaver and her camp would be tired of being hateful. It sure had aged her. I don't even know what that poorly written sentence was. But here's the thing, Dr. Weaver has got a husband. She has children and grandchildren. And so she's still a resident of the city of Flint. And so for her, she doesn't lose her right to come peacefully protest or to speak at the 10-year commemoration of the water crisis. I'm glad she came. We need everybody down there. So when she put that up, and can you leave that up, Mickey? So when she put that up, Eva Worthing, let me tell you something. And Dr. Weaver, you might be a little mad at me, but we'll make it right later. What Eva needed to know is that, and you can check, ask her, Eva, when Candace was going through something, who did she call? Since she's been on council, Dr. Karen Weaver. She called her. Dr. Karen Weaver has been there. Candace should have spoke up for Dr. Karen Weaver, because she spoke up and embraced her. So when she was dragging, dogging, kicking Neely to the curb, since she's been on council, this is since she's been on council a couple months ago, guess who? She's like, I don't want to talk on the phone. Guess who house she went to? Dr. Karen Weaver. And she took her in to talk to her. And not only was she upset, she was concerned. And Candace had not the little cry tear, she had the ugly cry. Because of how they doing her. How Mayor Neely is doing her. How this administration is doing her. But who embraced her? Dr. Karen Weaver. So even you're looking like a complete fool on this. Because Candace ain't telling you the truth. You done got out there and ran with some and didn't get your facts. You didn't know the backstory. Because she dragging y'all. She telling y'all one thing and doing a whole nother thing. Oh, and it was on her camera. It's still on there. Picture was saved. So it ain't a pretend she was at the house. She was at the house. She was there. And even gonna put this garbage up. Candace should have defended her. She should have. Eva just be stepping out there attacking people, and especially Black women. But she think Black women are ghetto. Black women are a cult. Black people are the Amen choir. And she shouldn't be teaching anybody's child of any color, nor anybody's children, period. They ain't gonna try to say about Dr. King and quote Dr. King, and you didn't call Black people ghetto. Get out of here. So, Candace, you owe Dr. Karen Weaver an apology, because when you were upset and you was doing the ugly cry, you went to Dr. Karen Weaver to console you, to talk about it, to deal with it. And then you allowed Eva to talk crazy to her when she keeps taking you in, listening to you. I used to feel sorry for her, but you playing everybody. Everybody. So Mayor Sheldon Neely did her right. Your 300,000, we have nothing to do with it. We didn't sign off on it. We have nothing to do with it. And I tried to be quiet, but you try to give her the benefit of the doubt. She calling people hood rats, calling people all kinds of your big age, your old age, you're disrespectful, you're inept, you're sick, you're desperate. I mean, Candace talking to people reckless. She playing y'all too. Over there crying and boo-hooing and you can't take it. It's just so hard. They ain't doing you right. You ain't doing your friends right. You got them out here thinking you on their side and you up at people's house on their Ring cameras and other cameras. You better put some respect on Dr. Karen Weaver's name. She protected you. You need to be protecting her. You ain't right, Candace Mushat. And you're going to stop talking to Jerry Winfrey Carter crazy too. You're going to stop that mess. You out here just doing whatever you want to do. And I'm going to tell you something. Jerry can't put up with too much stress. And she has to get up. Candace needs to stop that mess. Because Candace is best friends with my cousin Mickey. Or friends probably at this point. Friendly. But she needs to stop.
Not Mickey the producer.
Not Mickey. Not Mickey the producer. No. And listen, since they put in, it's my first cousin. Okay. Not Mickey the producer. So when you talk about this, Jerry can't put up with all that mess. She can't and she shouldn't. It's not a requirement. Put up with all this crazy. Can't just talk. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Girl, stop. Nobody thinking about you. I mean, who the F you talking to, you not safe. Now, I don't know who 810 is. I don't know, and I've always said that. And so if they want to inbox me and tell me, listen, because I can send y'all some stuff, some clips to make it easy. They have made my life easier for clips to get clips done. But I'm going to say this. Candace is playing everybody. So she on the camera. And look, and the footage has been saved.
Wow.
So I'm just going to say, Mickey.
This was a shocker, right? This finna shock everybody. You got the exclusive today.
You know why?
You got the exclusive.
They sent me that in my inbox, and I'm like, are you kidding me? It was bad enough. Eva was disrespectful at the meeting. I didn't get to get into all of the what happened at that council meeting. And maybe I'll do a half of it when I do Joe Scapani. I do the nice stuff and then I'll do the other stuff. But this stuff is serious. Yeah. But they're moving differently. It's a different move when the administration is separating themselves very clearly. Very clearly. So I'm gonna close with that one, and we'll pick up the other stuff. And again, I don't know where. Oh no, we're gonna close out with this one. Put that $25,000 that Liddell got, because she voted on her other resolution to give herself. This is how we gonna close out. How they did that one come through?
Oh, let me check. I had to reset it. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna take it. Oh, it's 25, right?
I'm gonna send it right back.
Okay, yeah, it come through.
Okay, because I'm gonna close with this: how they voting on their own resolutions that they affiliated with. Did not vote with the resolution that the mayor wanted them to to vote on. They voted that down. They're like, I will not implicate myself. No. And so I sent both to you. They should be in your inbox. So this is Liddell Cyrus Park. She is the incorporator of Cyrus Park. She gave herself another, and she voted on it. She should have recused herself. Let everyone else, everything associated with Cyrus Park, she has voted on. Every single thing. She has voted on it. She voted to give her nonprofit another $25,000. This will be $75,000 total. Cyrus Park. Now put up so she used to say, she actually challenged me and said, can you prove it? It's not mine. I was like, are we doing this? Okay. Blow that one up.
That's right.
It says Liddell Lewis. That's cyber. Who is she? Signature Liddell Lewis, title incorporator. She incorporated Cyrus Park, and she voted to give Cyrus Park another $25,000, which makes $75,000 for Cyrus Park. You can leave that up. And Flint Water, what was it? Flint Water Lab for Candace, $0. I'm sorry. Liddell got her $75,000. Candace is $300,000. $0. And she told Quincy, women, I don't want to, you know what you're supposed to do. You were fully supported and aware. No. You know what you were supposed to do. So listen, y'all. You can't make, we're going to have to do Joe Scapani. I know you're in Mexico. Joe Scapani darker than me now. He got a tan. Joe Scapani. So he's the artist and muralist. So you can't make this stuff up, Mickey. You can't. So as they start to turn each other. Oh, by the way, look, y'all, I didn't serve my 30-day suspension to give a update. My time has been served. It does not stop here. I'm still making sure that this does not go further. I'm not letting this go. We're waiting for a court date. I will let everyone know. We need your support. We need y'all to show up for counsel. So there will be a court date. We got to let them know. Y'all gonna quit putting out people who telling the truth, who working for the residents. You're gonna stop that. You're gonna stop it. And we need to pressure them because they need to make sure that ACO, nobody should be going behind closed doors. Nobody should be voting on that until it is exposed and shared with the residents so the residents can speak on it. The residents haven't been able to speak and have their voice on administrative consent order. I'm not voting on nothing. The residents didn't have a consent order. I think the last time this happened with Mayor Weaver, they told him, the judge told him, I believe, Woodson on here, that they was going to go to jail or whatever if they didn't vote on it or whatever. Listen, I'm trying not to make orange my color, but I'm not voting on that. Residents should be able to speak on that administrative consent order. We should be able to hear their opinion. We should not be voting on something that the residents have not had the chance to, as we vetted, for them to vet it. You elected us. We elected by the residents. I know I love my residents. Even listen, some of y'all know I ain't y'all council person be calling me at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Listen, I'm gonna still help y'all. I'm not voting on that until the residents get to see what it is. We still in a water crisis. All service lines have not been changed. So, Mickey.
Yes, ma'am.
I know we out of time. I got business meetings all day. Listen, casual meetings. I got to do some stuff with some people. But I want to tell everybody, look, we need y'all. The next council meeting is May 8th. Bring y'all signs. Bring y'all signs. You can make them. Oh, I want to tell, is the sign person on here? All she got to do is just say, I can tell her name. Because she went and got the biggest sign she could get. And she listened to what the community said. We have got to have people who listen to what the community says. We do what the community, we take your input and we work for you. It is my pleasure to serve as the council person of the 6th ward and anyone else who needs help. Somebody said, what about El Alameda First Ward? Yeah, now I'm gonna talk about him. Look, y'all, he called himself checking me on Jon Snow show. We're gonna talk about that. You know, I haven't talked about it. And he gonna say she should have called me. You did a whole interview talking about Tonya Burns, my first name and last name. So you opened up the door. Now you want to give me a call or you want to come on my show, we can do it together and we can have this conversation. That would be even better because I ain't got no problem. I asked him the questions I needed to ask, and every single council member should have been asking them questions because they seen the video too. They should have been asking, every single person should have been asking him what I asked. Should have asked him what was going on because they sent that video to everybody. That video been out there for so long. Mays had told me about it. Mays told me. Mays was mad because he had cut the girl's water, the young lady's water off for 2 months. She didn't have water in her house. So I just want to tell everybody, thank y'all for sharing. Look, click like, share, and listen. If you can get $5, subscribe, put the pink up before we go. We're going to close out. Look, in order for us to give these to y'all, we need to donate. Cash App, $810 News Media Group. You know, $810 News Media Group. Whatever you give, we appreciate it. Just, I do not take a salary. I get zero. I give my time to this community. Which some people think people are like, girl, why is you still doing this? You getting death threats. You getting all kinds of stuff. What is you doing this for? Is it really that worth it? Mickey was over here like, I get that every day. Every day. The hardest thing is to call your children and tell them that people want to hang you and give you a necktie party. Hardest thing is to have to call your children and say, they're putting cell phone numbers up and different things and their ages and my children have nothing to do with this. You don't talk about people's children. You don't do that. If you can donate, please donate. Cash App, $810 News Media Group. And wherever you are from, I appreciate you, every single person. And I appreciate everybody who clapped for me, who stood behind me, who supported me, who came to council. Listen, y'all, if I had turned around, I would have cried. I wouldn't have been able to speak. I did not turn around, but I felt it. I felt everybody supporting me. I did not turn around because y'all, I would have cried. I would have been no good. I would have been no good. So let's pack May 8th, those Flint City Council chambers. Bring your signs. I think I'm about to say her name. She has got signs and she listens to what y'all are saying. So I felt the love. Thank you for everybody who came, who stood behind me. I didn't turn around. I felt y'all. I just knew that God said, you know what, stand on your faith, do what's right. And I got you and the people got you. But we got to start showing up and showing up. And people are coming. People have already, black and white people. People are like, where are the white people coming from? Because they care. They care. People are coming. These are new people coming to council. These ain't even really like all the old ones. We know the ones. Everybody know that Miss Gladys is going to get thrown out of every meeting. I love you, Miss Gladys. But Gladys said everything I cannot say. So listen, donate. I want Mickey, you to have a good weekend. It is 12:15. Listen, y'all, we are out of here. Thank y'all. Peace, love, and just oil products. That's what it is. Just oil products, y'all. All right. We out. Have a good one.